Everybody enjoying this so far? How much it look? You all heard that comparison is the thief of all joy? The girl, after watching everybody coming up here already, woo! No pressure. Okay, so listen. Has anybody ever made you feel like you're less? You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not going to make it. I know a young girl and her stepfather, the words and actions that he showed to her and said to her, "You're dumb. You're stupid. You're ugly. You're never going to be anything. Heck, nobody's even ever going to love you. People might have even called you crazy." My name is Judy Amber, and that young girl was me. You see, words can tear down. Actions, the way someone treats you, can tear down. There's even been people, sadly, that have gone to the point of suicide. It's very serious. And you see, I'm going to share a little story here with you today that nobody even knew until this moment right now. 6th grade. It was a rainy day. My mom told me I had to wear my rubber boots to school. Bright red rubber boots that came out to the knee. Now, we didn't wear those then. It might be more normal now, but back then you didn't wear those. And I knew it would draw attention. And attention wasn't something that I wanted, remember? I kept hearing that small, still voice. "You're dumb, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're never going to be anything. They're all going to laugh at you." When I got to school that day, the very thing I feared is the very thing that happened. The kids laughed. They made fire engine sounds, joking. I could have laughed right back with them and it would have been end of story. But I interpreted it totally different. And I learned at a young age, don't wear anything bright. Don't wear anything different. They're all going to laugh at you. So I had to stay in the background. And I no longer used my voice. I graduated from high school trying to figure out what was I going to do. You can't do anything right. You're not smart enough. You don't know where you're going. So I did the only thing I knew how to do, and I went into the military. At least I'd have a roof over my head. When I went in there, I was in for a very rude awakening. Anybody here military, prior military, you know what I'm talking about. When I was going through this process, there was this obstacle course that we had to do. When you got to this one part of this obstacle course, you had to step out on this rope. And as you were stepping out on that rope, you had to grab it with your other hand, and you had to walk across. It sounds super easy, right? Well, I fall a little short of making the length to reach that rope, so I was afraid I was going to fall. I stepped back. "Drill Sergeant, I can't do this. I'm going to fall." "Private, get on that rope." I tried again. I went up there. I'm like, I got to go. He's yelling at me. I stepped back, but I'm too short. "Drill Sergeant, I'm going to fall." "Private, get on that rope." I tried again. Of course, I had the same result. I didn't grow in a matter of 2 seconds of that man yelling at me. Only this time he looked at me and he said, "Private, if you don't get on that rope, I'm going to get Drill Sergeant Davison." Y'all got to know who this woman was, because I had the fear of God with this woman. He said her name. I was on that rope and gone to the other side, and I looked out and said, "What happened?" But you see, it was interesting because when I did that, I looked and I said, hold up. I just did what I thought was impossible, even though I couldn't reach. So I started to build a little confidence. But that was just the beginning, because after that, and you go into the real world, you have all kinds of obstacles that you have to face in life. It happens when you start a new job. It happens in a relationship. It happens in a marriage. And Lord forbid, when my marriage ended, oh, here came that small, still voice again. You can't even do that right. Your marriage failed. He doesn't love you. Some things just aren't meant to be. I wasn't with the right person. It was that simple. I got past that one. Lo and behold, I lost my daughter 2 years after that, after I got divorced. How do you come back from that? Are you kidding me? But I still had a reason, still had a purpose that was bigger than me, and I couldn't make excuses as to why I couldn't, shouldn't, or won't do what God intended for me to do. He has that same message for everybody here today, too. You have to eliminate your excuses. You're meant to do something. What is for you is for you. I have actually 7 key strategies that I use to eliminate my excuses. I want to share 3 of those with you here today. 1, I define myself, nobody else. You'll hear all that chatter. Somebody may say something, laugh at you, say, so what? Let them, because you know you. You know you're better than that, you're pretty enough, you're good enough, you're smart enough, and you will succeed when you are determined and committed to doing so. The second strategy that I use to eliminate my excuses, I'm not a failure. I'm not that person that my stepfather said. I fail, but failing is just learning, and we fail forward. So I'm actually grateful for every time that I failed, because it was just a step up that ladder to success. I mean, standing here before you today is like miraculous, because I was the quietest, the most insecure person that you've ever met. And now I stand here with my voice, standing out, stepping out to encourage other people that they can do, become whatever they want when they have the motivation and determination. The third strategy that I use to eliminate my excuses, change your mindset, change your life. Whenever I start thinking that again, that I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm too old, all these excuses, you think of reasons why, you can't, won't, shouldn't do something. They're not reasons, they're excuses. If you're here today, I have a table outside, and I would love to continue this conversation. If you're out there watching live, you can find me on all social media, or you can go to my website, eliminateexcuses.com. Again, my name is Judy Amber. I am the founder and CEO of Eliminate Excuses, LLC, and I can help you eliminate your excuses. Thank you.